Something in Tinahely. Good morning to you, Paul.
Good morning, Declan. How are you doing?
Good morning. Nice to talk to you again. How's the campaign going on since we spoke the last time?
Well, it's going on good, Declan. What's happening at the moment is, as you know yourself, the government has gone very quiet on the household charge, and it's not being mentioned very much. But more than 50% of the households didn't pay the charge, and if you think about it, more than 50% of the households is a lot more than 50% of the people in the country, and they're very unhappy about not just the household charge, but the whole spectrum of things that are wrong in the country. The household charge was just the straw that broke the camel's back, really. So those people are looking to the next phase now of the campaign to take it forward and engage in other issues like the fiscal treaty, and looking to see what other way they can engage and come up with solutions to what's wrong in the country. So yeah, we're organising a meeting. It's of South Wicklow no household charge. It's groups from South Wicklow, West Wicklow, and also East Carlow. We're having a meeting to see what way to move the campaign forward, really.
As you said about the government, they've obviously the other thing on their mind for May 31st, but they seem to be hiding Phil Hogan at the moment. He doesn't seem to be available. Maybe he's sorting out some issues he has in Portugal, I don't know, but he seems to be missing off the airwaves.
Well, I think if a man makes so many gaffes in a row, it's damage control to take him off the airwaves, really, isn't he? He can't seem to say the right thing any time he's on air. He's in a, I suppose, to be fair to Phil Hogan, if anyone should be fair to him, he's in a bad position because it's an outrageous thing to do to demand all this money off people, and people are very unhappy with him. So yeah, he's keeping quiet.
So who's at the meeting tonight, and who do you expect, and what's happening? Well,
what's happening tonight is I'm a part of a member of a group called Awaken Ireland. This group is a new group. It's come together only in the last couple of months. Came from a meeting down in a place called the Bog Hill Centre in Clare, and the idea of this group is to try and form an umbrella type of broad movement to unite all these different groups in the country, of which there are many who are working, who want to see the country's direction changed. So as part of that, I approached the South Wicklow No Household Charge group and suggested as a way to take their campaign forward, to have some information nights to get speakers in and to develop a conversation. The idea of Awaken is to develop the conversation of where can we go as a country and what are the solutions, and can we as a people come up with the solutions to fix the country, because our political class can't. It's quite obvious. So in that vein, I approached the Wicklow No Household Charge campaign and asked, would they be interested in this, and they said they would. So as the first one, I suggested to have an evening with a public meeting and bring down a guy called Ben Gilroy and his group People for Economic Justice to speak. And Ben, I think you've probably heard of him. Him and his group have been doing great work at preventing evictions, and they've lodged a summons for the government to they have a case that they're taking against the government over the bailout, because the bailout is unconstitutional and illegal under international law. So we suggested getting them down to talk to this group, and it was well received. So that's the idea of the meeting tonight.
Right. Actually, Ben Gilroy's on the line. Hi, Ben.
Hi, folks. How are you?
Okay, thank you. We saw your YouTube video about that eviction before. That's everybody in the country seemed to be watching and all that, and you seem to be quite successful at it. But just explain to us why it's your contention that the bailout is unconstitutional and illegal.
Well, it would be repugnant to the Constitution to give the sovereign money of this country away to gamblers on the stock exchange. And a lot of the times these gamblers were involved in banks that were breaking serious liquidity laws. So there's 5 years in prison for the liquidity law. So obviously the government then would be supporting criminal activity, and that would be repugnant to our Constitution. As well as that, the debt is classed as an odious debt under UN international law. Odious debt is basically a debt that's taken on by a regime, and if it didn't benefit the people, it doesn't have to be paid back under UN law.
And how far have you got with this contention?
We're just building our statement of claim at the minute. We lodged our papers, and the chief state solicitor has come back. She's defending the two people that we've put in, which is Henry Kenny and Michael Noonan. And we're just preparing our statement of claim now.
Right, and is it because Enda Kenny and Michael Noonan are the incumbents at the moment, that is your case, even though they were not in power during the time?
Yeah, well, they're the guys at the wheel. I mean, they made some serious promises before they got into government. And it's really, it's the actual on Taoiseach we call to court. So I know he mightn't have been there at the start, but it's on Taoiseach's office, basically, is the office we're calling. So he's the man in charge at the minute. And Michael Noonan is Minister for Finance. So they're the two titles we bring in.
And there's so much water under the bridge and so many, documents signed on the basis of this. I mean, can you roll it back? And also the consequences of rolling it back. Could it be that things that we depend on at the moment is actually predicated on the fact that we adhere to what we agreed several years ago?
Well, you see, did we agree to it 7 years ago? I mean, I didn't. And I don't know many people in the country that did. And the Fianna Fáil government was a dead man walking at the time, and we had Fine Gael chomping at the bit to get in with promises of not one red cent more will we pay back, and the bondholders can go and swing for it and all this sort of stuff. Like, that's some of the videos we will play tonight at the meeting to remind people of exactly what was said. So, it's like people robbing a bank and say, well, sure, I invested in property and stuff like that. Well, can you come and take it back, or can CAB move in? If it's illegal activity and it's our sovereign money that was wasted and handed away, also under UN law with odious debt, and the people who actually lent the money to pay back odious debt have no right to look for it back. So that would be the Troika and the IMF and them. They should have known under international law that it was an odious debt because it didn't benefit the people of the country.
And if you won, what would be the situation, do you think?
Well, at least it would guarantee any more money being paid back to stop, because, I mean, our children certainly won't thank us for it. They were supposed to pay 3-point-something billion at the end of last month there, but they couldn't do it because they didn't have it. So they're trying to kick the can down the road now till 2025. So basically, put it on to the unborn children of Ireland now. Nothing to do with them, but because we messed up, we'll pass it on to them. I mean, what a ridiculous situation that we have in this country now. Nobody seems to be standing up or doing anything about it.
Right, and you'll be telling your audience this tonight, Ben. Okay, let me just go.
But we'll also show solutions of how we think is the best way to move forward and stuff like that as well.
Yes.
So it's not all given out.
Okay, fair enough. Paul, what time's the meeting and whereabouts in Tinahely?
The meeting's in Motley's Hotel in Tinahely, just in the function room there, and it starts at 7:30.
Very good. Okay. Keep in touch anyway. Well done. Nice to talk to you, Ben.
Thanks, Paul.
All right. Take care.